Hey YouTube, Cripscrow11 here. This is going to be me showing you my deck for the current format, which is currently X-Saber is what I'm playing. So I'll just go ahead and run through and explain, some of my card choices. You obviously play 3 Dark Soul because he is the recruiter of the deck. There's not a whole lot of explanation needed there. 3 pretty Emrys Blades. Emrys Blades is just another recruiter. Basically one of the reasons the whole deck is good, outside of, 1,000 other things. 2 Pashul, instant Bogart Knight into Pashul, Hunlay, or just stalling if you need it. Let's see, we'll come back to that boy. Double Bogart Knight, instantly make your Fall Troll live. Another 1900 body to crash into Thunder King if you need it, because Thunder King will be seeing play this format because of the new XYZ ruling change. Double Full Helm Knight. I was playing 3, but I found that 3 was just a bit too much, because, it doesn't really kill that much this format when you don't have your econ. So, the negation is still good, and it's still a good 3-star tuner, just play it a little bit less. Next, the Double Fall Troll. Yeah, I only have 1 super and 1 rare. I'm getting another super soon. But, his Fall Troll, he doesn't really need a lot of explanation. People don't really understand how to use this card correctly, though. I see it misused a lot. Like, people will drop it on their first turn. You don't do that. Fall Troll he's a resource more than anything. So, I don't know. I just see him used wrong a lot. And then the one-ofs for the X-Saber would just be Air Bellum, just because, the random poking. Next up, the non-X-Saber part, play 2 Veilers. I like 2 Veilers in here because it just stops everything. At first it was to stop Tour Guide and, the Tour Guide into Sanguine, Levier, remove 1, search Veiler thing, but now it's, Tour Guide's still going to see play, obviously. This is just for everything else as well. 1 Hamster because it gets you to your Air Bellum and your Dark Souls faster, and then 1 Gorse because he is insane in this deck. Next on to spells. 2 Dualities. Duality is kind of self-explanatory. It does for this deck what it does for everything else, and that's just help with consistency issues. I'm playing 2 Econ. I see some people only playing 1, but Econ is definitely multi-use in this deck. It can switch something to defense for full helm to kill, or you can use it like if your opponent is going to synchro on their turn, you have a Dark Soul face down, and you have this face down, you just flip it, tribute Dark Soul, take their tuner, you get a search in the end phase, and you stop them from synchroing, or exceeding, I guess. Double Space. If you're playing 3 Space this format, it's kind of overkill. I don't really see the need for 3, so I'm just going to stick with my 2. And then the one-of power cards, Dark Hole, Heavy, Reborn, Book, and Mind Control are pretty much the big guys. And then for traps, you play Double Warning because it's warning. I really considered not playing it just because of Heavy being around, but that's really not good enough reason. It is a warning after all, and it is insane. Double Godham's Emergency Call. I do see people playing only 1 of this as well. The card is just too good to only play 1 of. I bumped it up to 2 Call the Haunted just because you can play 2 of this and make it live. And then, also the thing with Call the Haunted and Godham's Emergency Call is that they are chainable. And chainability is going to be a huge thing this format. Being able to, if they heavy, chain this, end up with 3 monsters on the field, then not really losing any advantage is pretty big. The same thing is going to go for 2 Trap Stones. I was playing 7 tools at first, and I like it, but the way that the format's headed, you can't really play 7 tools. So, just because Trapstone is chainable. And then next, the one-ofs. Reinforced Truth gets you to your Pashul. And then Trap Dust Shoot. Trap Dust Shoot is actually, on top of being chainable, most of my traps are chainable outside of warning. It's going to be really, really good this format because people are going to be holding onto their cards. So they're typically going to have a larger hand, so you can dust shoot them without problems, seeing everything in their hand and hopefully discarding something. And if not, you still saw what was in the hand. And that was pretty much for the main deck. I probably am going to play a Raggy Gura I'm just gonna test Ragigura, and I'm gonna test Mind Crush as well, and probably a main Starlight Road. I don't know. I'll see how it works out. Anyways, the side deck still kind of under construction, but good enough for like a locals. Double Crow, because it's Crow and it does good. Same thing goes for Cyber Dragon, because gadgets are actually picking up a little bit. Puppet Plant in Loom of Heroes getting big, and Samurais aren't entirely dead. One knock for the Gravekeeper matchup because it is rather hard. Double Chain Disappearance because there's still a lot of little stuff floating around. Double Gozen Match because everything you play is Earth except for Gores, and you can also access the Naturia Synchros under Gozen Match, so definitely good. I'm considering dropping either a Chain Disappearance or Nobleman completely for playing 3. Two bottomless are still on the side because until the priority thing changes, I'm not really going to main them. And then one Starlight Road because I don't have room for it in the main, and I've been doing okay without it. And then one Chimera Tech because I don't have room in my extra, but you have to play it. So that's pretty much the side. And then the extra deck, I believe the extra should be 15 cards. If it's still 16, then forgive me, because I was testing trying to figure out what to cut. So Beast, Cataster, 2 Hyunlei, Gaia Knight, Barkion, Bryonic. This guy is horrible. I wish we had X-Saber Soza. Except only Japan has him, but Bellum is garbage. I just play him just because you kind of have to. Black Rose, Stardust, Scrap Dragon. I only like 1 Gotham's. I don't really see the room for 2. Trish, Leviathan Dragon, and Utopia. So that's pretty much the whole X-Saber deck. I guess the next thing I'm going to be working on is Infernities. So be on the lookout for that. But until next time, I'll see you guys.